All right, y'all. I just got back from the gym, but I just wanted to make a video about why you guys need to stop giving so many fucks about exactly what people think about you and, you know, what people tell you to do type shit, right? If someone tells you, yo, you need to be an accountant or you need to be this or you need to be that, but you don't want to fucking be that, then don't fucking be it, all right? Because at the end of the day, you live your own life, nobody else. All right. I had some people in the Patreon saying stuff like, they don't want to post this or they don't want to post that. They're trying to grow their personal brand, right? But they don't want to post this. They don't want to post that because, this person might see or that person might see. Listen, at the end of the day, you shouldn't let someone who's not where you want to be hold you back from becoming who you want to become. All right. It's very, very important. Like a lot of times we let someone who doesn't inspire us, it might be like our uncle who's struggling with something or your aunt who's struggling with something, or it might be a homeboy from back in the day. He's following you and always telling you, man, don't post this, don't post that. But he's broke, right? He's out of shape and he got no motion, right? He has no bitches, right? Or he's in a sexist relationship and you're letting him dictate exactly what you should do. That's a huge issue, all right? You need to write down your vision, be serious about your vision, and let nothing get in the fucking way. That's what you need to do. All right. So if your vision is like, okay, I want to build my personal brand, I want to grow my Instagram, then that means you're gonna post daily. If people hate it, that's cool. Let them hate it, right? But there's gonna be people who love it and resonate with it. All right. That's just the reality of it. If you're constantly living to please everybody except yourself, guess what? You're going to ensure that everyone likes you except you. All right. And the most important person to like you is going to be you because you're the one living your life. All right. No one else is living it for you. Some people will be like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Do this or don't post, don't post. And then you don't post. What do they get from it? Right. It has nothing to do with them. So why does it matter? You see what I'm saying? Like the thing is, people will always judge you and always hate on you, period. You got people in my comment section, ever since I started this shit, they were like, oh, you're using AI, oh, you're on steroids, oh, this, that, all this random stuff, right? Oh, you got BBC genetics, just dumb shit that they were saying. Or you always been lean, then I show my transformation. Oh, that's AI, just dumb shit like that. There's always gonna be people hating on it, but with the people that's hating, right, there's always going to be a lot of people that you inspire, and that's why you're doing what you're doing. If you could even inspire one person, if you could change one person's life, then all the hate that you got is going to be worth it. All right, and realistically, you're going to inspire more than one person, obviously. But if 10 people are hating on you, being negative to you, it's up to you whether you let that affect your mindset and you let that affect your identity. Because in reality, when you're at your goal self, you're going to do what you do because it's what you do. If you are someone who has a big personal brand, you are going to post daily, no matter what people say, right? You don't think I get judged when I post daily? Of course I get fucking judged, bro. People judge me all the time, but guess what? They're not living the life, all right? They're not living my life. I'm living my life. That's number one. Number two, a lot of times the people who judge me, not a lot of the times, every time someone judges me, all I have to do is look, there's no profile picture. Maybe they're 15, they never experienced anything. Maybe they're 40 and they're jealous because they're fat as shit and they have no motion. Maybe there's like a 50-year-old who's broke or some shit. That's usually what it is. It's never Alex Hormozy saying, hey man, you need, because honestly, if Alex Hormozy ever commented on some shit, he would give you positive, constructive, or he'll give you constructive criticism that you could actually use, right? But a lot of times it'll be just some negative person saying some shit like, they'll say some shit like, oh, that's not true, that's not true. And it's a 15-year-old virgin telling me about chicks. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, the internet is an interesting place because it even allows that. It allows 15-year-old virgins to even conversate with me, which would never happen in real life. Like, why the fuck would I be talking to a lame dude who's never seen a chick in his life, right? And who's never worked out? Or to be some fat dude being like, body game doesn't work. They're a fat virgin. Like, why are they talking about that, right? Another thing I've seen, obviously, once you get to the fighting side of social media as well, you'll have people saying stuff like, oh, like John Jones is such a loser, he's so weak, I could beat his ass. And it's a fat guy that sits on his couch who literally can't even walk 1 minute on the Stairmaster, right? Who hasn't worked out in 10 years. So those are the people who are judging you. So you have to realize when you get on this journey, I'm saying this because a lot of you guys are, you guys said you want to become content creators. I've had some people in the Patreon say that. I've had a lot of people hitting me up like, oh, how do I grow my Instagram? You got to post and not give a fuck what other people think. Because you're not going to get anywhere if you're constantly worried about other people. Because if you're constantly worried about what other people think, you're going to constantly change your outputs, right? You're going to constantly change your inputs. You're going to change your post because someone didn't like it. Oh my God, my aunt didn't like my post. Let me change my post. No, you are posting with intention, right? For example, if you're doing stock trading, right, you're going to show your income, you're going to show your trades or whatever. You might have your grandma be like, oh, don't show your money online, that's dangerous. And she doesn't know what the fuck is going on because back when she was living, people were working in fucking factories, right? Shit is changing. Everything's going towards social media. So everyone telling you, oh, social media is not a real income, blah, 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 blah. Now they're trying to get on social media and stuff like that. All the people who were hating on my page back in the day and they're like, dude, stop posting, you're so weird, you're such a loser. And then they spin the block, they're like, hey, yo, let me get a shout out. No, bro. No, I don't know you like that, and you're disrespecting me for no reason. You went out your way to disrespect me, bro. You could have just stayed neutral, but you went out your way to disrespect me, and then you try to spin the block and be like, "Hey, yo, help me out." And that's not even how shit works, anyways. But I just wanted you guys to know that because a lot of people seem to think that you're not supposed to get haters. Now, you need to know that that's part of the process. Like haters are gonna be part of the process. When you are your authentic self specifically, there are gonna be people who really hate you and people who really resonate with you. But at least you're not suppressing your authentic self and being fake and not being your real self. You see what I'm saying? Now, I even see this shit on like there's like some car videos or something like that. Someone will have a heat car, bro. It would be like a Challenger GT or some shit. And then someone in the comments who does not have a car or drives a Toyota Camry from like 2002 would be like, "Oh, but it's a V6, but it's a V6." That's why you can't listen to people who are, below your level, number one, or who are just hating on you, because at the same time, hate always comes from below. We know that shit, right? But for some reason, it seems to affect a lot of people. And I know as you're getting on Body Game, right, I've seen this with some clients, as they're getting on Body Game, they're starting to get hate. And of course, when I tell these stories, most of the stories I tell and stuff, I don't just make, I think some of you guys think I just make up stories, or I just like, or I just say, what, let me make up a random story, or I just say random shit. Everything I say is just experience, all right? If I was a billionaire or some shit, I would be talking about, yo, here's how I got billions, right? If I was on yachts every day, I'd be talking about like, yo, this is what happens on yachts. But I don't do those things, right? I only talk about what has happened thousands and thousands of times, right? So when I'm talking about this getting in shape and Body Game stuff, I've seen this for the past 10 years, all right? Like I was obviously skinny and cooked. Then I got lean, saw the difference, got fat, saw the difference, got really lean, saw the difference, right? See the difference today, saw the difference yesterday. Chicks asked me a question in the gym today. I was clearly not using those dumbbells. I was pretty far from them. They're asking me questions and staring at me and acting all nervous, around me type shit, right? But as you get on this Body Game stuff, you're gonna start to get that hate, and I'm just showing you exactly how to navigate, because it's gonna be real, it's gonna be envy. Because at the end of the day, when the day ends, I say this every video and it continues to happen. When the day ends, it's really hard for most people to literally just like be like, yo, I hit my calories, let me just go to sleep. They're going to pick up those Ben and Jerry's and be like, I can't stop. Or eat the cookies. They always do that, right? That's the reality of it. The hardest thing to do on this planet at the current moment, and what's going to separate you from every other guy, right, is literally being lean, being below 15% body fat. And then you have people commenting shit like, oh my God, like you're promoting low body fat percentages. Below 20% body fat is high as shit, all right? It just is, all right? It literally, that's pretty fucking high. And it's pretty easy to be 15% and maintain it, that's easy. 12% is pretty decently, maintaining that is not the hardest, all right? You can maintain 10%, you can maintain 8%. It depends on your mentality and your standards, all right? A lot of people saying shit like, oh, that's gonna tank your testosterone. They've never been around lean people, number one, right? And number two, the way they got lean was probably through like keto. And they're like, nah, I gotta eat more food, because you got there in a non-sustainable way. That's number two, all right? Period. They've never even tried it before, or they're just fat as shit. Like, the thing is, it took me a long time, right? Because I've been getting hate on social media for like 10 years, but it took me a long time to like really realize like, where is this coming from? Like, and why does it exist, right? Because I do a lot of thinking, right? I do a lot of contemplating, observing, and thinking. I'd be reading comments on TikTok and I'm like, oh, why is he like that, right? I would have some big TikTokers, right? Like some big TikToker comment on my shit like, oh, this is cringe. Because they saw my trajectory was going up. And then I was like, why the fuck did he say that? Then I look at my comments and there's a baddie. Then I go to that baddie's page and he's in her comments, but she's in my comments. I'm like, oh, okay, nigga's salty, bro. Nigga's salty because he probably saw the fucking comments. He probably saw her all over my comments and shit like that. So he's salty. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to have haters. Like most dudes who are cooked are gonna hate on you, and most dudes are cooked, so you're gonna get a lot of hate from dudes. It just is what it is, right? But I wanted to know where it came from, and generally it's just people don't have the discipline to do what you're doing, but also you do get, like, the reason I promote getting in shape so much and getting lean so much is because your mental clarity is top notch, your intention is top notch, your purpose when you wake up is top notch because you have structure. When you're out of shape, you have no structure. You wake up and you're like, what am I going to eat today? Wait, what am I going to do today? You have no structure. But when you start to structure your nutrition and your workouts, you start to structure everything else as well. You start to structure your finances. You start to reach other goals in life, right? That's what happens when you get in shape, because it is pretty much impossible, unless you're using steroids and competing bodybuilding and that's all you care about. It's pretty much impossible to get in shape, right? Go through the process of getting and maintaining a lean body fat percentage and not letting it leak into other aspects of life. Right? Not being like, you know what, let me track my finances. You know what, let me reach this goal. You know what, let me elevate this career. You know what, let me use that ambition over here. It's pretty much impossible not to do that. So you're going to start to elevate in other aspects of your life. So your life is going to be, like, your life will be of higher quality than most people. right? Specifically out of shape people, because guess what? Chicks are going to be checking you out, and it's going to be low effort when you do deal with chicks, right? They're going to be like, well, you need abs. You have to show off your abs just to get chicks. That's so lame. It's like, no, the fact that I have abs, when I take off my shirt, I'm not offensive. When you take off your shirt with your family at the, family park, everyone's like, yo, what happened to Joe? He got fat as shit. You know what I mean? And it's offensive, right? But if I take off my shirt in the gym or something like that, I'm just showing my progress, right? And if you take off your shirt right now, you don't have the same progress. That's what pisses people off. You can't fake that shit. Now, having a good physique is literally like walking by, you're in the parking lot, you see a lot of cars and shit like that. It's like, okay, there's some 2020 cars, 2022 cars, 2025 cars, just SUVs and shit like that. And then you see you see a ZL1 all blacked out, you feel me? Camaro with some rear diffusers and some louvers on that bitch, you feel me? And that shit is heat, you feel me? V8 type shit, and that shit's loud as fuck, added horsepower, like that, it stands out. It stands out like a sore thumb. That's how you are, because just imagine how it is when you walk by and you see like a nice car, you're usually like, yo, this is crazy. I do the same shit all the time, because generally I don't see people with like, I see some baddies and shit like that, but I don't see dudes with like crazy physiques that are not on steroids. Like dudes with crazy physiques who are not on steroids, I'm usually like, yo, good shit, bro. That shit is so rare, bro. That shit is super rare. Like good physiques not on steroids is super rare. Now, if you go to a lot of gyms, you'll see good physiques, of course, but they're blasting like crazy, right? So it's like, okay, they're competing, they're blasting, cool. But like you see a nice ass car, I'm always like, yo, that's a bad bitch. Like I saw a scat today, I was like, yo, that shit go hard, bro. You feel me? I always do that. That's how it is when people see a good physique. Like I was at the gym today, and I had a big ass jacket on, so I look like a skinny bitch, right? So people were I was working out, and they're like, he could do pull-ups? That's weird. People were looking like, why is he doing pull-ups? That's so weird. He doesn't look like he could lift. Oh well, they just went about their day, and then I took my pump cover off, usually towards the end of the workout, once I get a sweat up, and people were just looking like, what the fuck is going on? Then the chicks started choosing and shit like crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Because that shit was rare. It is rare. Just being in shape is rare, guys. So like, when you get lean, I'm telling you, get ready for the hate. But also, remember, you can't say there's too much on your plate when you were begging for something to eat, right? Now you got all that shit on your plate. And now, these are the new problems that you have when you get to this next level. Now you're worrying about hate from dudes, right? Now you're worrying about some fallout with friends, people you thought were your friends. But at the same time, you're going to get better friends, all right? You're going to get better friends. You're going to get people more locked in, all right? It's going to be quality over quantity. But this is a relatively lonely journey, because guess what? When you go outside right now, people are like, yeah, Thanksgiving's coming up, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to binge eat. Like, that's what people are thinking. That's what the average person, well, not even average person. Average is usually a small percentage. This is like 95% of people that think, I can't wait to binge something. That's what they're fucking thinking. When you're just staying locked in, you feel me? You're on your nutrition shit, you're on your lean shit, you're just chilling. You see what I'm saying? So it is like, there's a lot of moments where it's like, okay, your friends are like, yo, we're going out, man. You want to slide? And they go out to eat, and you feel like you're missing out. You have that fear of missing out, right? But in reality, you shouldn't feel like you're missing out if they don't inspire you. You see what I'm saying? Like, so if average people are doing average shit and you feel like you're missing out on doing average shit, that means that you're going to look average, right, if you do what they do. So basically, if you see someone who's not lean, right, and they're doing not lean shit, and you're doing the opposite, that means you're going in the right direction. So if you go to the store and you see someone grabbing some Oreos and some other shit in their car, and that's all they have in their car is just like straight carbs, like the packaged carbs, no sweet potatoes, no regular potatoes, and you got sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, ground beef. This was me the other day. Sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, ground beef, you feel me, berries, all that shit. You have that. That means you're on the right track, because they have, size, like I saw a dude, he probably had like a size 50 waist. You see what I'm saying? I got my size 29-inch waist. You look at what we're eating and you can see the difference. Simple. All right. So remember, that's why you have to have a vision, and you have to be very clear on who you are and who you are becoming. Because once you're clear on that, nothing else matters. Because I have intention, when someone's like, oh, you need to stop posting. Oh, you're posting is so cringe. I'm like, oh, well, before I got to the point of the posts were actually inspiring people and the posts were changing people's lives, I knew that would happen. So I just kept posting, because I'm like, yo, I know a lot of people don't make transformations. I know a lot of people don't keep it real when it comes to fitness. So I'm going to just keep posting. People are like, oh, this is cringe, this is that, oh, this sucks. Oh, why are you so mean? This is that, like just a bunch of negative shit. But I was like, listen, I'm going to reach people. I'm going to reach people. I know I'm going to reach people. That's how I was with the Instagram shit. And guess what? I started reaching people. Then I started inspiring people. And then those other people stopped talking, right? They stopped talking. They're like, oh, shit, he got motion. Oh, shit, he got motion. And some of them, like I said, try to spin the block and be like, hey, yo, can I get a shout out? Stupid shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So in reality, the funny thing is, like, if it's like your family that's saying like, hey, stop doing this, that just means they're not used to your new identity yet. You have to be your new identity so much that they get used to it, and then they model their life around it too. Because my grandma and aunts and stuff like that, it took them years and years and years before they were like, okay, this is who he is. He's the leanest version of himself. Because they saw the physique, they're like, oh, you look good. Oh, okay. And then I started saying no to food and shit like that over and over again. They're like, why does he keep saying no to food? And then after like 5-6 years, they're like, okay, this is just who this nigga is. This nigga's locked in, bro. We can't fuck with him type shit. Like we can't like try to make him eat shit because he doesn't care. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna eat what he eats. Because at the end of the day, if I eat what they want me to eat, I'm not gonna keep commitments to myself, and I'm gonna be going away from my goal anyways. And a lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, when people, see you in the gym and they say, because I had to do say some slick shit like, oh man, if I had time like you, I look lean like you too, man. Y'all just be in the gym all day. Y'all got so much time. Like in reality, what he's saying is he can't fuck with me. He doesn't have the discipline I have. And like literally, and he said that to make him, make it easier for him to sleep at night. Because in reality, the chicks were choosing, like, and it was very obvious. Chicks were choosing and shit like that. And I got the V taper and shit like that. And he was fat as shit. And he had to come up and be like, yeah, you looking lean, but like, man, if I had as much time as you, man, you be in the gym all day, man. You probably be in the gym all day. Like I'll be lean too, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with the fucking gym, bro. I was in there shorter than he was. All right, he was just doing a bunch of goofy shit. I know when he goes home, he's eating the entire United States. That's what the issue is, all right? So remember, the hate is part of the process. Usually when someone's hating on you, because it's coming from below, they're literally just telling you, hey, I can't fuck with you, bro. Because like Drake said, bro, what did he say? Jealousy is just hate and love at the same time or some shit? I can't remember what it was. But anyways, stay blessed.